Hello, hello. Hope y'all are doing well. Here I come. Hi, everybody. KGart here. I'm back again. Another Saturday. We're going to do some digital art, some 3D sculpting. Like I said, my name is KGart. I go by that on Instagram and YouTube, so check me out there. And I am a digital artist focused on 3D, been doing that for about 20 years in the toy and gift industry. But I've gotten to do all kinds of crazy things. I've worked on music videos, television, film assets, do a lot of life-size promo statues. And yeah, so hope you all are doing well. Let's see how we're doing. Let's go to our scene and get working back on what we've been working on, Slimer. Also, thank you, Josh, for the 6 months of Prime. If y'all have Prime, you can use it on me. It's free. If you aren't using it on someone else already, pretty neat. But yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome, Zach, Azzy, Josh. Good to see y'all. Love seeing folks in here early. Um, Ads are going to start in about 5 minutes, but let's kind of see where we were and where we left off. So this is where the little spud is currently. Let's change to a different material. So today I'm probably going to start doing the asymmetrical work on his body and getting some of the finer details in there. I'll also probably work on the tongue because I haven't really touched that yet. Kind of started working on the teeth. I got the basic shapes of the upper teeths going, and I started working on the lower jaw last week, getting the teeth going. Make those buns asymmetrical. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do it. Them Slimer cheeks. Woo! Also, let's get our spotlight in here. Slimer. This is going to start getting more and more helpful as I kind of try to decide what kind of textures we're going to go for as I continue to dive further and further into this slimy little guy. But yeah, how is everyone doing today? What y'all been up to? Hope you have had a nice weekend so far. Let me know what's been going on. I like to hear it or read it. As for me, today I went canoeing with the kiddo. That was a lot of fun with his Boy Scout troop. There was a dragon boat team or teams. They were training, and some of the troop got to go out with them while they were training and kind of see what that was like. And we watched them take off, and then we got in our own canoe and looped around this kind of little, I don't know, channel community. Not going to say exactly where it is, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I'm glad I got to do that with him today. And I got a new PlayStation controller because mine were just on death's door. Because they're the first ones that I had since like I got the PS5. So it was time for a new controller that won't die in like 20 minutes. So I'm excited about that. And now I can kind of play uh, Jedi Survivor without being tethered to the cable. 'Cause that's what I was doing. I was just sitting kind of close and had the USB cable connected to the PlayStation, connected to the controller, just so I can continue to have power, so I can just play worry free. What about you guys? Zach, what were you up to today? Were you working today, probably? Mr. Brown, what about you? Ezzy, can y'all hear me okay? I think looks like it's reading okay, so that's good. Yeah. Oh, and we got Adam 3D. Welcome. I think you've been lurking here and there, so it's nice to see you. Always in the chat hanging out. Hope all is well. I've been seeing a lot of really cool stuff going on with ZBrush lately, and I'm very excited about. So I hope um, some of these beta features that I've been seeing other folks working on uh, actually getting into our hands, because man, it looks like some cool stuff. Right, ads are starting in about 5 seconds, at least on my end. So hang through. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you in a little bit, and we'll start on Slimer. Working most of the day. It was busy. Didn't have a lot of stuff. That kind of sucked. I didn't have a lot of staff, so that kind of sucked. Other than that, it's been a productive day. Cool. While it's waiting through the ads, let me see if I can find some tongue reference. What about you, Mr. Josh? What are you busy tonight? You hanging out with the family? Just got me in the background, doing some more printing stuff. What you got going on? Let's see, TV time with you and my earbud. Yay! That's fun. I always appreciate it. Thank you again for the resub and for always hanging out. Hello, wait, where'd it go? Okay, there we go. Sure, and then we'll import the new tongue textures. Or maybe not. I think I gotta go into Photoshop. Got a minute left on ads. Hopefully I'll be able to save these in time. Oh, all right, well at least this won't work. Export. I just need a little anatomy in addition. All right. Welcome back from ads, everybody. Thanks for hanging in. We got a new little thing here. Actually, really funny because I know that there's lots of shots of Slimer with his tongue out and about doing stuff, and I just happen to not grab any of them. Here's like kind of like the basic anatomy of a tongue, and some people have more like smooth ridges on the sides of their tongue there, and then some people have like that like kind of curve in and out edge, and I think I'm gonna do that, maybe even exaggerate it a little bit, not have it too smooth or cartoony, kind of go for more gross. When I was looking up tongue, I also saw like some of those like diseased looking tongues, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go that far. But yeah, let's do this first too. This uvula to dangle a little bit more. Cool, yeah, I saw you were working today and you said your day was productive, Zach. So I'm glad that, I know you had vacation, then you had nonstop working craziness, dealing with like the wasn't the holiday? There was something going on. Or am I thinking too far back? Was that before you went on vacation? I don't remember. Everything's a blur. Speaking of vacations, no stream next week. Yes, because I'll be out of town. Gonna go out with the family. We're gonna go. We rented a little house on a lake. Well, my mom did. Love mom. It's both of our birthdays, so yeah, gonna take a weekend. You didn't approve that? I'm sorry. It went up the chain. It went past you and myself. My apologies. I like saying that now because a buddy of mine, who y'all are familiar with, Wedge, he's been taking a little bit of hiatus, but he's popped in here quite a bit. And yeah, he always has this gif that says apologies whenever someone's like, hey, why'd you do that to me? But yeah, tonight, more on Slimer. Yeah, super excited for vacation next week because it is needed. Usually during the summer, um, take quite a few vacations. Not like fancy stuff. We usually do this one trip with my mom. We go to different places, and then uh, I'll usually do summer camp with my kid for scouts, and then we also will go to Comic Con in San Diego. But this year, I forgot to do all my registration and stuff, you know? I didn't approve you taking vacay. Hey, you know what? I told you it's above all of us. I didn't approve it either. It was the mama from on high. She says, "Hey, this is vacation time. My time to spend with you and your little family." And you know what? Sorry, guys, gals, and everyone in between. The mama makes those rules. Wait, did I do it? Oh, that's right. That's what I was gonna do. Oh, three-stream streak! Thank you. I'm happy that you're here too. I really appreciate it. It's been nice to see all the familiar faces hanging out during stream. Um, it has been a whirlwind, this whole streaming thing. I would say there hasn't been a stream, no matter who has been here or hasn't been able to be here, that I haven't really enjoyed. There's some that I was like worried at the start, oh, maybe there's not going to be a lot of people here. And then usually a good amount of folks pop in within like the first like 30 minutes. So I've really enjoyed that. And then last stream was crazy. Um, one of those random times where you get a raid. So that was a lot of fun. It was a nice group of people, and hopefully some of them return because I feel like they were vibing with y'all. I'm always going to be very grateful for all the people that have been here from the beginning or came along a little later and jumped on the train. 'Cause, yeah, it was a good time. So yeah, again, as usual, thank you everybody for being here. Do appreciate it. And speaking of all of you, let's see, I usually show up at one point. You do. I always am excited when I see Azzy pop up, or when I see that KGart in Discord. But okay, I have questions for you all, the ones who are here on the regular. Um, Over the summer, I do want to kind of up things, up some polish. And on your side of things, on the more interactive end, I'm curious because right now all I have is like kind of basic channel point stuff. Some of it like not even worth mentioning because it's just kind of in there and I'll probably end up removing it. But we have hydrate, which is helpful, and highlight a message, and then the modify and choose emotes. One, I don't have emotes, so I'm gonna have to work on that, which will be fun. I might end up using like the sculpts as some emotes and do some fun things with that. Um, so if anybody has any ideas for that, please share with me. Also, any other thoughts as far as like fun interactive things that you might want? Also, next step is Discord. So yeah, I think I want to try to get that done or started by July. I wasn't quite sure when I wanted to start that, but follower count has been going up pretty steady, which has been nice. And I feel like more and more folks are coming in and looking for a place to land like after stream. So I definitely want to have a space for folks. So we can have fun and continue to chat, and other folks can share their art, and we can kind of grow together as a little community. And if you don't use Discord or you haven't before, um, recommend it. It's pretty cool. I didn't start kind of messing around with it until I started doing Twitch stuff, and not even uh, in the guise of, hey, I might want one day. Just streamers had Discord that I followed, and so I was like, oh, I'll check it out. And now I moderate a few servers, but I don't recommend that or say that is something that's going to happen. But I do enjoy all the folks that I've met in the different communities of said streamers. Made a lot of really cool friends through Discord. All right. Let's bring that tongue back in and let's see what we're going to do. Kind of get the shape in there. There's not going to be a lot that like isn't necessarily going to be seen. It'll depend how I pose it. I do want to bring the tongue out for the pose. Let's see. Yeah, the multiple mod stuff I'm sure is a handful. Yeah, and I know you always joke around about that and stuff, but I think for me, luckily, it isn't too much, especially the Discord stuff. Like I'm already in the Discords. It's a lot of fun. And for the few people that I do mod for in Discord, um, I'm not doing a ton, luckily. Um, because one, there's a pretty significant mod team already, and so I'm just kind of helping out, learning stuff about Discord, having a good time with everyone, trying to keep the communities positive. Um, and then there's a couple that, you know, they just kind of added me just in case needed. I'm kind of backup. Hey, what's up? How's it going, JD? It's going well. As you can see, I'm working on a tongue, which is so funny that we're talking about mods and stuff because this guy right here so kindly asked, hey, would you need a mod for your stream? And I was kind of wishy-washy about it because for me it's still like this weird thing like, do I need a mod? Am I a person that should have a mod? Especially after last stream when I got 80 people randomly pouring in, you never know when that's going to happen. Also, it would be nice to have someone that can do the whole shout out thing and I don't have to break focus. But JD, you offered, is that still uh, something you are interested in? Let's see. Hello, first time chat. Zen, hey, how's it going? Having a mod is always a good idea. Well, JD, will you still be? Are you still interested? Putting you on the spot in front of all of chat. Thank you, Zen, for joining. Good to see you. Sure, I am done. You're done? All right. Well, there we go. Welcome, everybody. Cheers in chat for new mod. JD, awesome guy. We've also modded together, which is really fun because uh, mutual and someone who is in a server that we are or whose server we are in together. We modded for them for her streamathon, and that was a lot of fun. So we've been in the trenches together too. Let's see, clap, clap. Actually managed to catch you for yeah, no, I mean that's really great. And I'm excited. I don't remember. I think I caught part of one of your streams, or at least I had to lurk a little bit, but I'm definitely like keep eyeing when you're streaming Zen because I definitely want to get in there and catch you. Speaking of, I know you're working on starting. I always confuse some of the things that you say with Alex because I know he's streaming and I know you're working on it, but I think you already kind of started. Hey, Fart and I've been in the war zone together. That's correct. The crazy, crazy trenches. A lot of insanity and fishing. Yeah. Could you do first mod duty, JD? And could you give Zen Iridian a shout out, please? Because they also stream. Yeah, I might go up later. Just a few technical issues to handle. You know what? Real. Like I was having some technical issues last week, and it was weird and random and not fun because it was like it crept up out of nowhere. Thank you, JD. Everybody, check out Zen. They are a game streamer. Currently figuring out what their next. I think you were talking about what you might be streaming next. You had some ideas, but weren't quite sure yet. So I look forward to seeing what it is that you're going to stream. Let's go. I was hoping that command worked. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't have any like crazy commands. All my commands are the backslash ones currently. I don't have any of the exclamation point commands. At least I don't think I do. Um, I I know SiriBot. I think I have that loaded, but I haven't messed with it yet on my end, and I think it utilizes the exclamation points. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. But I do know that I have SiriBot attached. Eh, but I still need to like work out some of the details with that. But yeah, give Zen a follow. Another awesome Discord homie. And thank you for the follow. See, I think that's Nightbot command structure. Yeah, Nightbot also, but SiriBot does that as well. Um, and there might be even an additional command structure for SiriBot, but I've only used it a little bit with one of the other folks that I mod for. Because yeah, what I was saying when we were talking about that, and Zach was pointing out all the crazy mod stuff. I think I moderate for about 6 Twitch streamers, but there's only 2 specifically that I'm like actively moderating for quite a bit, where I'm in their stream and one of the more diligent moderators, making sure that people are on their best behavior and stuff. And then the other ones, they're people that they know I mod, and they asked if I would help when I was around in their streams, and I said yes, but I can't commit to like regular appearances. But with that being said, like I enjoy their streams, so I'm often in their streams anyway. So they find it funny. They're like, "You said you couldn't commit much, but you're here a lot." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, it's because I like to watch your stuff, guys. I'm not here for the moderating. I'm here for the homies." So yeah, moderating is fun. If anybody is interested in doing that, uh, it's cool because you also get to learn some of the ins and outs of Twitch as well. That's another reason why I kind of started moderating for more folks, just to have different experiences and work with different people to see just all the different things going on. Let's see, Slimer's looking at 6. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with him. It's also like very on the fly. Like this is the first time like I have reference and stuff, but I'm really not following it to like get him on model. I'm more interested in looking at kind of free sculpting and finding my own version of Slimer in here. I do so much stuff where I'm trying to get it on model, and that is just my everyday, day-to-day job. And part of the reason why I'm doing this is to expand on my own creativity. So I'm trying to still kind of stick with that fan art mentality and working with IPs I enjoy, but at the same time, taking more artistic liberties with it. Also, I was speaking a little bit on gaming earlier. I've been watching lots of, well, not lots. I've been watching more people play Fortnite because the kiddo's been playing it a lot, and uh, have another number of Twitch friends that play it quite a bit. So even though I don't play it, I'm becoming more and more familiar with what's going on in the different seasons. And this season is really cute. I like the sprite thing that they got going on. And I think for me, what I think is fun about it is all the folks that I see like worry about rank and being super competitive with Fortnite have kind of taken a little bit of a sigh of relief and are relaxing a little bit more and not focused so much on the ranking because they're having a lot of fun with the collection of these little elemental sprite things that are little like backpack dudes and dudettes, I guess. I don't know. I don't think there's like a gender to them. All right. Let's see. Well, I quit Fortnite when they did Skip the Skibidi collab. I don't blame you. Let's see. Never could get into Fortnite. Just not my cup of tea. Same. I tried like maybe 7 years ago. I picked it up and I was like, let me see. Let me see how I can do. Maybe it'll be fun. I don't know. Give peace a chance. And I grabbed it on Switch and started playing. And first match, I was out literally in like minutes. No, seconds. Sorry, not minutes. And uh, like I've done first person shooters and stuff like that quite a bit through the years. So it wasn't like a I don't know how to play this game kind of issue. It just was like brand new to it, and I didn't really know what I was getting into, and someone took me out so quick. And I was like, okay, whatever. We'll do another round. And second round, it was my own damn fault. I took myself out. And I was kind of like, okay, I'm done. So yeah, I've not played anymore. See, that was probably in the building days. I know it might have been. I don't remember. See, they have done a heck of a job staying relevant. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, I'm very familiar with it still, even though I don't play. And I think, I definitely respect the hustle. I think the art style is pretty distinct. I enjoy watching the kid play sometimes. I think it's always interesting to see what the next licensing they're gonna jump into. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, you had two Slimers there for just a second. So now I'm just kind of like I said, doing the asymmetrical route, kind of finding some of these different kind of roles in here. Just to make them a little bit more interesting. And as I go, I'm probably going to try to make some of them a little bit more goopy and runny. But for now, I'm just trying to find the slime. Let's see, I just can't get into a game where fighting is the only point. Got to be enough story to hold my interest. Looks like you used my body scan. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Josh. It was very kind of you to give me access to your body scan for this. It just made the process that much easier. It's always nice when you have really good assets to work with off the jump. So thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, to your point, Zen, I kind of agree. And I'll also say this, especially now, like it would for me it would have I would have lost interest pretty quick too, but they have added so many like cool new little tidbits and stuff that I don't feel, even though it's not as story driven as a single player game, which is like really that's where I live in the video game world. Um, it is definitely a lot more interesting and fun than a lot of most other battle royales, in my humble opinion, only as a spectator. I've played a little bit. I played some of the Fall Guys stuff because uh, Kiddo and I used to play Fall Guys back in the day, which that seems weird to say because it's not that long ago, but it feels like that long ago when he was pretty young when we played that together and started playing that together, and now he is about to enter high school. Whew, flying time. Let's see. That's kind of the only thing I found cool about the game is all the licensing and the characters they've brought. See, especially the buns. Yeah, yep. I mean, this is, I think, the most accurate part of the scan. Buns captured very well, Josh. So there we go. Yeah, look at that. Already starting to like this a little bit more. But they have been doing more like story oriented stuff, which I think is cool because I don't necessarily think that they have to. To a certain extent, they do, because I think you're right, Zen. Like people will get bored. You got bored. I totally get why you got bored or just were not interested in it. But I participated in the finale of this last season, and I know they have like arcs over the entirety of like the seasons as they go, and yeah, I just think that is really really cool the way they do that. Because how do you weave a story into a game like this? It is rather challenging, and I think they meet that challenge in a very good and interesting way. I applaud them for it. Still won't be playing it a bunch. Just only to help out the kiddo in times of need. All right. Let me fill this in just a little bit. I saw perspective on. Ugh. I don't like to sculpt with perspective on. Sometimes it's helpful to look at what's going on when you have it in perspective, but it's weird. It feels warped to me, and the perspective is never like. I don't think there's a really good perspective in ZBrush, one that I've felt, oh yeah, that looks accurate. So I prefer to just kind of work in the flat. Oh yeah, I hear the kid talking about Fortnite right now. All right, I'm gonna turn symmetry back on for the buns. I still want, I think, the basic like shape of them to be symmetrical. And then when I start to do more uh, specific texture work, like the pimply and bumpy stuff, then I will probably, or then I will go back to asymmetry with this part of the anatomy. And I might do, a little bit of deformation on asymmetry. But for the most part, he's been digging these hot dogs so much that he's got buns of steel, man. If there's anything on Slimer that is rocking besides his big old mouth that he uses to slurp up all that crazy food, it is the booty cheeks. Let's see. Do you end up printing everything you model? Well, since I have not like done too many as far as like streaming goes, no, I really haven't printed anything yet, but I'm working on that. So far, the thing that's closest is this little lass, our noodle ditto. Speaking of streamers that I mod for, this is a Pocopia ditto version of her in one of her cute outfits that she had in for one of her Instagram photo shoots. So this is all keyed except for the feet into the base. And then, yeah, then I will be printing her and also sending those files out to a few other people. Secondly, what I also plan to print and have from the get-go is Lady Freerin. So I will print her too. Fun fact. Oh, and this is for you, Josh, if you're listening also. Um, my friend that I'm going to print stuff for, he picked resin, so I'm going to bug you for settings for one of the resins, and then there's a clear resin that he wants specifically. So I'm probably going to be getting. So now I'll have clear resin to print the magical bits for this statue. So I'm super excited about that. But the plan for the most part, Jay, is to print a lot of this stuff. I won't necessarily print everything. Oh, also there's the Jeff the Shark that I worked on that I plan to print. That might even get into other people's hands. But yeah, Free Run's almost done. Sad story. I didn't quite like exactly what was going on here, and I redid this whole like swirly part and how the flowers kind of moved up to her feet, and it was awesome. And then ZBrush crashed. And I had only been working on her for like an hour, so I was in a groove and didn't save, and there wasn't an auto save that was recent enough, so I lost that work, and I haven't gotten the motivation to get back in there to finish her up. But she's close to being printed. Hocopia Noodle is close to being printed. Jeff the Shark, I'm just gonna print him as a chunk. Yep, save always. Yeah, I do. I save frequently. In fact, while I'm here, I'll save. Fun fact is that the auto saving for ZBrush always seems to be like super frequent when I don't want it. And then in that instance, when it should have gone off at some point during that process and saved some of what I had done, it didn't go off. So as much as I love the autosave feature in ZBrush and it has been helpful and saved me in so many instances, sometimes it shits the bed. See, or how I like to put it, save as often as you don't mind redoing shit. I've learned this the hard way. Oh yeah, I preach this all the time, and I am the same. I have simultaneously I've saved myself in so many instances, and in others, sometimes you get in a zone and you just forget, and boom, it's too late. You've lost a ton of work. One time I almost thought I lost a whole file because I hadn't saved a good previous version, and the newer version that I was saving, because this was an earlier version of ZBrush, it it the file was actually too big for it. And I was getting an error trying to open it up. And it was so scary. Because I was like, I can't redo all of this work. I just can't. Luckily, everything turned out fine. Sometimes that shit happens. But yeah, that was scary. That was kind of that was like one of my first like save mishaps where I was even actively like saving stuff and it wasn't doing it right. Let's see. I assume you have a subscription to ZBrush. Yes, I do. Um, and I don't like that I do because I don't like subscription models. Um, but yes, I do. I bought it a long time ago when it wasn't subscription model, and now it's my main 3D package. So, I will have ZBrush for a while. Even if I start using something else, I will probably still have the ZBrush subscription for quite a bit until, maybe the industry standard switches, which I don't know when, if that'll happen. You know. See, do you have a buy in full. Do they have? No, they used to. In fact, that was their initial model, and it was fantastic for users. I didn't know how it was sustainable. And even with the price raises, like it still was a good deal. I think when I got it, it was initially like 350, maybe 375 for the entire software package. And that was like you get the software and free updates for life, you know, meaning the life of the software or the company. And then they got bought up and that ended. And now I'm paying about what I paid for it initially annually. Yay! And so is everybody else. I did get grandfathered in and had like this grandfather license for a short while where it was cheaper for about a year or two. But yeah, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, seems everything is subscription based. Yeah. Now, yeah, it is. Like some things, I get it to a certain extent. Lots of things, no. Let's see. What do you think? Let's see. What do you think if you bought the thing outright, you should be grandfathered through the subscription? Yeah, yeah, I think so, for sure. Or at least like grandfathered in like for a cheaper price. Because I mean, hey, I've been using this software, software. You should have a software Zen that you call software. Um, yeah, because so many of us are the reason why the company continued because we all bought into it. And, obviously it's because it was a good software, still is. But yeah, they've also like messed up a lot of stuff in it. There's like bugs that didn't used to be bugs that are now issues. But yeah, I don't want to turn this into, I mean, I have already, but I don't want to turn this into a hate on ZBrush fest. Are there issues I have with some of the way things are run and managed with the software now with the new company that owns it? Yes. But also, I kind of hinted at this. I'm surprised that that was the model that they were doing and they did it for so long because it did feel somewhat unsustainable. Kind of like, what was it called? Movie Pass, which if you haven't watched the documentary on that, that's a story. I bought into Movie Pass for a while and man, that was amazing. The amount of movies you could see for like so dirt cheap. Now we have A-List, which is similar, and it's a similar deal, and you can get really cheap tickets for friends and stuff too. But yeah, Movie Pass, that was an unsustainable model in like a scary way. Like it felt like we were doing something illegal just being part of it. But yeah, been taking lots of advantage of my A-List lately, as we talked about last week with all the movies that have been out. Went and saw another one last night called The Breadwinner. Really, really, I don't want to say bad because I enjoyed the movie to a certain extent, but just not a great, like, this stand-up comedian has turned a lot of his act into a movie. And the guy was like the least impressive part of the movie. Pretty funny stuff, but it was like, they got a good cast. And probably got some decent writers in addition to him to turn his act into a story because it was not bad. Don't think it passed the Bechdel test, but yeah, good times. And that I, normally would not have seen, but since A-list makes it so affordable with its monthly fee to see a ton of movies, I can see what we can see like four, 3 or 4 a week for 25 something a month. So yeah, see. Sometimes you keep those old versions, but you end up being forced over because you lose support. Yep. And I know a lot of people that kept the older license, but not for too long because the people that make the software, I believe a lot of them are still there. The good idea folk are there that came from Pixelogic. And I think that I don't know his title now, but I worked with him directly because I was volunteering at the Braille Institute teaching ZBrush for a bit, an instructor for the blind and deaf doing 3D art. And my main contact at Pixelogic, I believe, is kind of running that end of things now, which I'm super happy for him. Really great guy. So, I mean, it's a good software still. I enjoy it a lot. I do want to see what other stuff has to offer because I've dabbled with Blender. It's not like super intuitive, but the things that I've seen people do in it, super cool. I want to learn those things. Even to partner up with ZBrush, like some really fast rigging has been super cool. And then Nomad, I've heard good things. A lot of people last stream were asking me about Nomad. And I'm thinking of one of my streams over the summer, I might download the one of the trial versions of Nomad and we'll just do a kind of a casual, hey, let's see what this software has to offer stream. So I'll probably do a Nomad stream at some point. Not sure when though. And I've worked with Maya for years. That was like the first 3D package that I learned, worked on that in college, or worked with that in college. Like I do use it occasionally because it still has some good features. But since I'm mostly just sculpting stuff, it's I use it initially to kind of help me scale things properly. And then sometimes if I need to do some UV stuff, ZBrush is okay with that, but I'll usually go to Maya for like the assist on some parts of it. Yeah, his stand-up is good, but no interest in the movie because I'm sure it's recycled. Yeah, they even showed some of his stand-up at the end, and like you see the bits that were used, and some of the bits I think were successful in the movie. And I thought they were like cleverly done. Like, oh, that's kind of funny how they did that in the movie, and that was just kind of a silly stand-up bit. And then some of it, like I was like, oh, this his version of it in his stand-up is way better than what was on film. But whatever. It's cool that we can do that, that we can find our audience and our success. Like you can like look at me. I appreciate everybody. I am doing this for a living. I'm not the worst. I'm not the best. But I'm having fun and there are people that enjoy what I'm doing, which affords me the ability to be able to do it and do something I really enjoy and love and have fun and in turn I can get better at. So, kudos to him to be able to like find his audience, do his stand-up thing. Look, there it is. Autosave. So many times this stream already. By the way, ads start in a little over 3 minutes, so please hang through. What's up, Doom? Doombot. Or as you are here on Twitch, Dumbabot. So funny. Welcome, welcome. We're just working on Slimer. We're talking about a really bad movie that I saw at AMC last night, but still was fun, called Breadwinners. I like the idea of it, and my expectations were really low. It actually exceeded expectations because I thought it was going to be a little bit more uh what's it called? Misogynistic than it was. And I think the message overall wasn't. The fact that the story was focused so much around him kind of still ticks that mark. But huh, speaking of but I get it because like it's all based off his routine and his life and his stories. So even though the message was like, hey, dad can stay at home, mom can get out there and do the thing. It was so much of him. I do love how he calls himself your wife's favorite comedian because that is hella accurate. That's funny. I mean, that's better than that one guy that there was this, I forget his name because he's kind of trashy and I don't think it's worth remembering his name at all. But yeah, there was this one guy that was like super catering to the female audience and maybe not, maybe the mom audience for a bit. And then he like totally flipped the script on everybody and became a huge kind of like misogynistic douchebag comedian. And kind of threw his audience under the bus because it's like, homie, you the reason you are popular currently is because of that fan base, and now you're dogging on him, being an asshole. Let's see, Nate's daughter announces him on his shows and stuff. He seems like a good dude, at least. Yeah, no, I think he's a good dude. I don't think he's a good actor. And that's also part of it. Like he was definitely the least like qualified to be in a movie of all the cast. But he did fine. It wasn't too bad of a performance. He's definitely a much better stand-up, and I don't think this movie is going to be taking him from stand-up comedian to big comic movie star. But I'm glad it exists. And yeah, he does seem like a good guy. I do think his stand-up was kind of fun from what they showed. They did show his daughter doing the thing. As he stepped away for a sec. Which comedian? Nate something rather. He's the guy that was the reason for the Breadwinners movie that I went and saw last night. He was probably presented with the opportunity, and he was like, "What the hell? Oh yeah, there we go. Nate Burgates ads. Ah, yeah, there they are." But I know JD can read that, so he is at least getting the name. I mean, that's fine. It's close enough. I think I have promoted the movie enough tonight. I've said the name of it. If people really want to figure it out, they will. Yeah, I did enjoy like some of the stand-up they showed at the end. It's one of the few times where I kind of liked that as part of the movie experience because it felt like I got to it made him a little bit more endearing. But I will say the cast is stellar, and there were some really funny moments. So if you have a choice to go see that movie and some other movie, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you have a list or someone is taking you to the movies, go see Breadwinners because it was kind of fun, but not great. Got a little bump in viewership here. Is it because I'm working on Slimer's ass? Maybe. For anybody that's just popping in, new, welcome, welcome. My name is KGart. I am a 3D artist. I've been working in the toy industry for about 20 years now. I'm saying this all during ad break, of course. That's silly of me. I'll save my spiel. Some people might have got ads coming in. Maybe could hear this. I always forget that you're my audience during the ad break, Josh. Yes. Now that we're back from ads, welcome back, everybody. As I was saying during ads, when I wasn't paying attention, um, see that there's a little extra viewership right now. So I just want to say thank you for popping in. Welcome. Say a little bit about myself. I am a 3D artist that has been working in the toy industry for about 20 years now. I love doing this kind of stuff. And I started streaming to start doing stuff for myself. So that's why I am here doing this, working on Slimer. This is all kind of fun for me kind of stuff. I am going to start working on taking commissions. I already have some stuff lined up over the summer. Some of that stuff was with Josh. So thank you, Josh, as always, being so supportive. And I'm super excited to work with you. Known you for a while because you a homie. But yeah, and so I'll probably even start working on that stuff. Yeah, Doom, I think you would like the movie. It was fun. Um, yeah, so I will start doing more commission work probably trying to keep my plate not too full. But it's exciting that, people want to work with me and I want to make cool stuff with and for cool people. So that is, you know, that is exciting for me to get the opportunity to do that kind of stuff. See. Oh, I was referring to the commissions that we were doing. Oh, good. Yeah, no, I think you will, for sure. I mean, I can say it, I'm sure. Um, JD, thank you for subbing. I appreciate that so much. Enjoy the ad-free viewing. I do, as time goes on, want to add some more stuff to uh, make it worthwhile, aside from just missing ads as a subscriber. But right now, that's what I have for you, and I just thank you for the support. And my goal is to, as this money slowly trickles in from ads and the generous kindness, I will try to improve equipment and polish. And my hope is that by the streamiversary, the first year, I will have a general stream that I'm pretty happy with. That will hopefully y'all will be happy with too. See, yeah, you can say it on here if you want. Yeah, because I'm probably gonna, work on it on here. So some of you all know that I've worked on Odious, which is an independent action figure with Unparalleled Universe. We've done two Kickstarters together. And Josh is a friend within that community. He actually is a huge Odious supporter as well and has done some fun 3D printing stuff as accessories for the figure. And we are going to be together working on some kind of fan art, you can almost say, but doing a Neanderthal skull that will fit on both the Odious body and I think I'm forgetting the name. Is it the Four Horsemen's skeleton figure, or is there another one? I don't remember. Mythic Legions, that's right. That is the name. But that's them, right? Yeah. So yeah, so the goal is for this Neanderthal, very Odious-esque skull that will not have all the hair and stuff. Uh, that will be available through Josh's shop, as well as a new Neanderthal version of Pam. Hey, 5 stream streak from Keisha. Hello, welcome, welcome. Skulls are always dope. That's right. So yeah, it's gonna be a new skull. It's gonna be super cool and a new weapon. And it is Odious-esque, but it is different enough. It's not going to be Odious exactly, but it is inspired by. Let's see, get the set from Bobo. Oh, got the set from Bobo. Two, had to get the whole team together, all with Wade's permission, by the way. Yep, and that's really cool. Again, another great thing, another reason why I love working with Wade and all these fantastic artists and folks with awesome ideas and uh, manufacturing and printing capabilities is we can have a lot of fun together in the playground of toy making. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm liking how his blobby body's coming along. Got the oh, you meant to say art. Well, I got that, that kind of it works either way, Josh. So don't worry. I still understood what you meant. And that's exciting too. Yeah, it's like Bobo's stuff is always so fantastic, and the early stuff that you sent me was super cool to see. So I am I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, I got that kind of lined up, getting to work with Josh. Let's see, what other CAD programs are you proficient in? I'm not proficient in any CAD programs. I only have worked in like 3D stuff. I did. I tried to work in SketchUp a little bit, like years and years ago, and kind of like I saw the potential and thought it was cool, but kind of still hated it also at the same time. So as far as like software goes, it's I'm proficient enough in Photoshop to do anything that I would need to assist myself in this 3D world, and I'm decent at like kind of doing fun mashups of photos and stuff that look better than your average Joe, I guess. But yeah, no, I'm not a CAD guy. I do understand drafting, or I used to, so I could, but yeah, I build everything in ZBrush. Let's see, or that's what I mean. 3D modeling programs. Let's see. Everyone has the same feeling about SketchUp, just about. Yeah, like it's like there's some cool like ideas behind it and visually like some fun stuff, but yeah, it just wasn't like fun to work in. And it was, I mean, it was good for the thing that I wanted to do at the time when I did mess with it. But yeah, let's see. Y'all, it's super cool. Can't wait to see how they turn out. Yeah, I don't know how you want to like start that kind of thing, Josh, if you want to like kind of announce it on your side of things, or if you want Bobo to show off the art first, or if you want me to like do stuff, if you just want to like start on stream and then post stuff from there. But I also want to give like Bobo his shot at showing off what he wants to first, if that even matters to him. Plus, you know, you're the client boss, so how are you wanting to do that? It's a good question. Maybe just start on stream and can tease people to draw them in. Yeah, that's what we can do. And then you can also That's another thing. I I obviously can't like do any clipping of my streams while I'm sculpting and stuff. So if there's anything that anybody wants to clip, if they feel it's uh, worthy, if I've set a good 3D nugget, or there's a point where you think the sculpt is looking really nice and it might be worth sharing in a snippet, do it. And also if there's like something promo wise for like this Photius sculpt, then you can always clip that stuff, Josh, through Twitch, and then we can download it and I can put it on Instagram. I can give it to Bobo so he can share it too, or I can have him collaborate on it. But yeah, just DM'd you. Oh yeah, there you go. Sneak peek for Doom. Yeah, no, I was geeking out at those images that you sent me. I still need to download them from the my email, the finals. I'm not great at promotion, too lazy to edit. Oh no, yeah, I get it. I've started to get decent at clipping uh for other people, but yeah, doing it for me. And I've tried to kind of consistently post contents on the Instagrams, but yeah. Do you know Blender at all? I've done some stuff in that, not much. Same with Rhino. I know Blender. I've used it here and there. There are features in it that I like that I want to use more, but I haven't yet. So it's on the agenda to be more Blender-y, but we'll see, because I'm like some people have brought up Nomad, and I want to mess with that too. So my pipeline might change as time goes on, and this awesome stream might afford me the ability to do that a little easier. Okay, start working with the arms again. Maybe we'll move to the back. Yeah, I already start working on the back of the head. But yeah, I've done a little bit of Blender work, mostly because of clients that wanted it at the studio that I'm at, but not too much on my own. Like I was saying earlier, that it's not super intuitive. Hey, what's up? How's it going? So you've been lurking. I forgot to say, oh no, it's okay. You don't need to apologize. Just happy to have you here, Imogene. Yet another awesome member of the community. JD, if you could shout Imogene out, that would be awesome. I appreciate it. Imogene is a very fun fellow new streamer to the world of Twitch. She just made affiliate not too long ago. There we go. So yeah, check out Imogene. She's a doll. She's playing Fable right now, and also Rhythm Doctor, I think is what she's playing. So she's a variety game streamer, and I love it. But yes, thank you for lurking. I always appreciate seeing you pop in. I was watching Kat play Fortnite a little bit before I started my stream, which always makes me think of you too, because all the homies, Nebby, you, Kat, I found you through them. No problem. Nothing's necessary. Happy to shout you out. Go follow. Go follow Imogene. She's fun. She's nice. She's sweet. She games. Yeah, I'm so excited. Now that you're here, I can also geek out more on Fable. I was talking a little bit about how I got my new controller for my PS5 earlier, how I've been playing more Jedi Survivor, and how I don't have to sit right in front of my TV. I can sit back a little further now because I don't have to keep my cord plugged in to my dang controller to keep it charged while I play, because that's what I was doing. Battery life on both controllers was severely lacking. Also, I'm gonna do this because I know you are streaming yourself soon or starting to do more. I think you were streaming for a bit and then you stopped and starting back up again. JD, go follow JD, my cool new mod. Awesome, awesome pal. Twitch and Discord. Still weird to say that. Yes, I'm already following JD. Are you guys? But yes, please, please go follow. See, does Slimer got a booty? He do? Oh yes, he does. He caked up Imogene, and this is lore accurate. This is biblically accurate, Slimer. He has cake. Because where are all those hot dogs going? You know, all the hot dogs and going straight to the booty. And he's got a float. Like I imagine, like his floating, like he's clenching his cheeks. That's what keeps him off the ground. That's the muscle work that's happening. But yeah, woo woo woo, big Slimer booty. Let's see. Why would the client care about the program you use? Do they get the project files? Oh, so it normally no. It it varies. In that particular instance, there was a pipeline that that company was using with other internal artists, and they use Blender. And so we needed to create certain things for them to work with through Blender to continue to push out a digital asset. So we were creating the initial asset, and we did a few jobs for them. I think they turned out pretty good. I think we could do stuff that they really couldn't. Uh, sculpting wise because we just have more experience in that way. But also, I'm not sure if it did end up being as cost effective for them in the end, in the long run, because they had a particular pipeline that they were fitting us into, or we were trying to fit into. And yeah, it was tough. This ass does look like like two Goodyear tires. Yep. And here goes. There he goes. And any good professional 3D artist is playing with their model. We're all children that like to have fun. If you know artists that aren't making their models move around and do silly things, then I hope they find some joy somewhere. Because my God, how can you not? Let's see how we're doing. We're only an hour and a half in. We've got a nice group of folks hanging out and viewing and chatting. So thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. I appreciate everybody that's here, everyone that's chatting, everyone that is lurking. If you're new to my stream, I have been making toys in the 3D space for about 20 years now. I used to make Christmas ornaments and stuff. Pez dispensers. I used to work for Pez. I did work for Hallmark. I kind of do a lot of cool things. I'm very, very blessed for sure. Now even more so because I get to explore new horizons with everybody here on Twitch and do some stuff for me. Let's see. Hell yeah, I'm just here working on stuff too. Yay! Oh shit, that's sick. Didn't know that. Oh, which thing didn't you know? I said a couple things. Let's see. Does ZBrush always go low res when moving the model, or is that a setting? Yes, it is. Yes, it does that all the time. As soon as you move it, it drops it down to make it work. Also, ZBrush, I don't know if it still does this, but that you. Oh yeah, Pez and Hallmark. Yeah, I'll have to bring some of that stuff up uh, next stream. Which again, no stream next week because I'm going on vacation. I know Josh and Azzy are very upset. Um, I may sneak in an extra little short stream during the week, the following week, not this week, uh, to make up for it. But it's going to be my birthday week slash weekend, and I think I've been doing a pretty good job. So I am going to enjoy the time off, and I'll keep everybody posted on Instagram, which I will put up, and eventually I'll put in a command so that way JD you can just do it easily, or anybody can. But until then, here's my Insta. Follow me there, and I'll be putting updates. I always update stream stuff, what I've done, what I'm going to be doing. I also do a couple of fun, like little weekly things I like to do. I show off a toy that I worked on weekly. There, I call it Toying About Tuesdays. I try to hit it on Tuesdays. Sometimes it's Toying About Tuesday on a Thursday or on a Friday. Um, I also, the studio that I work at is very fun. We have a lot of large sculpts scattered throughout the studio, and I will statues, uh, and I will do a friends from work highlight and show off something that I've been working on. But yeah, if you don't, please follow me on Instagram. It's the best place to keep up to date currently with all kinds of Twitch stuff until the Discord gets up and running, which then that'll be the two best places. Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't know if you have Stream Elements set up. You can do commands and stuff through that. Yeah, I know. Stream Elements is in there. I just haven't looked into that stuff yet. So I know I can. I just need to. I need to do it. I need to make the stream better. Just haven't. Been focusing on other people and life and work and just doing the bare bones and enjoying that time. And that's another thing that I've really appreciated too. I know my stream is not like the most flashy, and I don't have the most incredible equipment that I'm working with, but still everybody's coming through and supporting and hanging out, and that means a lot, which tells me that, once things uh, do improve, that maybe the experience will be better and we'll get more people joining the community, which that's what I'm most excited about. Expanding this community and getting it onto Discord and creating a nice little artist haven for people to share their work and learn about each other's art. 'Cause that's also what I enjoy is seeing people that work in other mediums or do different things, even in the same realm, because seeing what other folks are doing just makes us all better artists, in my opinion. Oh, Josh, those nuggets look delicious. Yeah, no, you're it's gonna be fun. Um, and yeah, I will be working off you know, probably the main Odious skull, or maybe I might even pull some from the existing Pam skull and put over into the head, and then the new updated Pam, which for those of you that don't know, with Odious, the figure here, I'll show them real quick, because come on, why not? Full screen. This guy right here, this is Odious, the Living Curse. Pam is his weapon. So he's like a metal kind of gorilla skull on a stick. And Odious is very Sasquatch-like, kind of Wendigo-ish. He possesses folks' bodies and takes over their lives through time. That is his curse. There's a lot more to the story, but I'm not going to share that here. Not right now. Might do a full-on Odious lore stream. Oh, that would be fun to do. Ooh, ooh, a Sculpty Odious lore stream. So yeah, this is Odious, but we're going to be doing a straight up skull that is very close to his head with no fur, because there are currently existing skulls that do have like all the Odious hair that are going to be coming out this summer. And then the Pam is going to be an actual like skull redesigned with a big old bone that it's tied to. So it's going to be a kind of caveman Neanderthal Pam for Odious, but not an unparalleled universe official Odious product. This is going to be a fun additional accessory, fan made, but getting the team together to do it, which I think is fun. And it's really nice of Wade to um, be cool with that. So Wade Unparalleled Universe. Um, let's go back to the scene. Odious Elseworlds. But yeah, that's exciting. That's probably what I'm gonna start in the next couple weeks. And then maybe the return stream, I might, depending on how far we get through Slimer tonight, which I don't think we're gonna get much further tonight, honestly. This is gonna take me a little bit longer than I expected, but I don't think that's a bad thing. To me, I feel like that's just because I'm having so much fun with it that, yeah, I'm gonna get to spend more time on this and give it some love. Why did that roll like that? Because I do, for those of you who don't know, only stream 2.5 hours once a week. So only so much can get done in that time. But I always am enjoying and happy with the progress made and the conversations had. But yeah, this is all just for fun for me. Doing this project with Josh is also going to be a lot of fun, but that is work. We got to get that done so we can get it into folks' hands. So yeah, I'll probably start juggling between Slimer and that stuff in the coming weeks, depending on how long it takes me to even do the skull stuff, because it might not take a terribly long amount of time. We'll at least do one stream working on it, because I think it deserves the attention in that regard. I don't think it'll need more than one with what I already kind of like have, which I think is good because that just means that we'll be able to get the the files done sooner. And then that also gives time, Josh, for you to like test things out and see what you like, see if there's any changes, and then maybe these will be able to hit around the same time as the figures actually get into people's hands. I mean, people already have the awesome Mythic Legions skeleton out there. So that's going to be good. So there's always going to be something already out there for it. So even if it hits a little earlier or a little later, I don't anticipate later, but it doesn't have to hit right when the figures, the Odious figures, the new ones start hitting hands. But if it did at the same time, that would be awesome. Let's see. Oh, before hopefully my plan is to do the first available Legion. Oh, that's right, that's right, that's right. Yeah, we'll definitely hit that mark. I was just saying because like I don't even know the timeline now. I know things kind of got pushed back with Odious. I think everything is still on schedule, but the factory got I think is still working on some of the files and the tooling and figuring that kind of stuff out. So I don't know where everything is at. I haven't heard from Wade about anything not being on schedule, so I don't want to put that out there and have people freak out because I don't handle any of that stuff. So I'm assuming things are still good, but it's been a crazy year. So who knows with like tariffs and all that kind of stuff, what hiccups there might have been or will be that may have slowed down the production. But yeah, see, I feel like he may have said first of next year. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and then we'll definitely have these. uh, done like pretty soon, well before then. So yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. I'm kind of like trying to hide some anatomy in here, but I also don't want to put like too much because I want to still have that blobby, flobby vibe. And I think I'll put more anatomy like in the wrist, but like the little bit of anatomy that I kind of flung in here, in the back here, I'm gonna start to like hide that and let that be kind of this underlying shape. Probably depending how we're gonna pose him in the end, which I don't even know if we will. We might just have like a fun little T-pose Slimer. I'll probably color him because I think that'll be fun. Oh, that looks funny. Ugh. This almost looks like a character from like One Piece somehow. Which, ooh, second season of One Piece was very good, the live action one. Still cooking through the anime with the kiddo. But yeah, love that series. Another series I'm excited about, so excited about. I know Netflix is like hit or miss. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they kind of crap the bed a little bit with their live action stuff. But Avatar has been good. One Piece has been good. And I'm super excited for this next season of Avatar because I'm a huge Toph fan. Love Toph so much. Her character's so fun, so funny, so badass. Super excited. Also love the Emojine. If you're still lurking, let me even see. Hey, what's up, Erwin Papa? How's it going, my brother? Wow, I said that really weird. Streamer brain. Yeah, Emojine. Let me know if that site worked for you. Yeah, everybody welcome in. Erwin, awesome artist, fantastic. Another part of the Odious crew. I always uh, bring this out when I can. One, to make Josh jealous, and two, to show off Erwin's work. I'm always going to be excited that I have an Erwin Papa original. Got so lucky. I know Wade's jealous, even though he has tons of your art. But I love that Cowboy Odious slash wolf head shot. Look at that. Erwin Papa! But yes, it is Slimer. I've been having fun with this guy for a few weeks now. So welcome in, Erwin. And it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit. I've been meaning to catch. I don't have. When's the last time that you did a stream on YouTube? Because I definitely enjoyed chilling in your streams, but I feel like I haven't seen one in a while. I don't know if I'm missing them or if you've been busy and haven't been doing them lately. Still been seeing all the cool stuff that you're posting on Instagram though. So yes. See, I don't remember the last time I streamed. I need to. Yeah, man. You need to, so I can be there. Too busy, too lazy. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I had to really work hard to make this consistent. Otherwise, I would fall prey to the same thing. And I really didn't want to, because I wanted this to kind of turn into something. And I feel like it is turning into a lovely, fun thing where I'm getting to talk to and meet cool people and keep in touch with various cool communities, and also gives me an excuse to do some personal work. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see. I think I want to get a roll kind of going over at least this cheek and dripping down into the drips here. Maybe that roll is split. Kind of work into this crevasse of where this muscle normally would. You know, do a weird thing here where like kind of find a place to hide shoulder blade. Don't necessarily want it to be like super accurate. Yeah, let's see. Yo, Erwin, I thought of a quick sketch idea. The aliens from Fire in the Sky. I'm not familiar with Fire in the Sky. Can you elaborate a little bit more, Doom, now that you've brought it up to the class? Come on, share with the rest of us. What is Fire in the Sky? Is that a book, or is that a series that I'm not familiar with? Is that, let's see, you said a sketch of the aliens, so is it a comic book? Hell no, scary big eye aliens. So just straight up denied. Sorry, sorry, Doom. Valiant effort. You tried, and it's not gonna happen. You heard it here first. Uh, you can hear the kiddo running around. Yeah, we had a good day today. I really enjoyed getting to go canoeing with him. Something that we've done with his troop for like a number of years. He's getting like better and better at it every time we go. And this time, because there was like a separate part to it that we weren't participating in, and they didn't bring, well, they brought the canoes, but they didn't pull down as many. And yeah, we watched everybody go off with the dragon boats that they were in, with the dragon boat trainers, and then I hopped in a canoe with kiddo and we went around again. Hello, hello, Tess. Yeah. These headphones, they're awesome, but for whatever reason, they like to do this weird thing where they disconnect partway into the stream and then I have to reconnect them real quick. And there's like no reason behind it. I can't figure it out. But yeah, let's see. Yep, that is where I found your yacht. Again, for a nominal fee, I will reunite you with your yacht, JD. Or at least get you in touch with the right people. Let's see. Oh, it's alien abduction adapted into a movie. The aliens look wild. Yeah, let me look back at it. Fire in the Sky. Have I seen that? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Is it streaming, Dune? Somewhere that's easy to access? Because I love a good alien flick. For sure. Yeah, I really think that today has turned out to be the body day. Just feeling out where all these finer details of his roles and all that kind of stuff, how they work together and flow around the body. And probably what we'll do, I think I'll be able to at least finish off like this area here. Maybe go into the top of the head, and then next week, well, not next week, because I'm not streaming next week, birthday weekend. Gotta celebrate. But next stream, I'll come back and start working on the face and probably do some teases of the what do you call it, Josh? Altered Worlds or something? Odious Elseworlds. Yeah, we'll do the tease for Odious Elseworlds next stream. But yeah, Doom, where can I find this movie? Because I want to watch it. Sure. Yeah, I need to drink more water. It might be streaming. It's pretty old. I remember first seeing it when I was a kid. Oh, okay. I'm thinking I'm going to name him Proteus. I think that's a good name, dude. I like it. Proto Odious. You know what would be kind of fun? This is me just spitballing. You don't have to take this if you want. But, so I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Odious was a man. He was cursed to become odious and then became the living curse and began to like possess people throughout time, whoever touched Pam. But the creature that he is or came from or became, where did that come from? What was that before? So maybe this is like pre actual odious form, this creature's existence, and whatever force cursed our boy O was inspired by this unofficially. Of course. All right. Ad break's going to start in about 5 minutes. This will be the last ad break of the evening, not canon. That's right. So thank you for everyone who has stuck around. It's been a really lovely evening, um, especially coming off of last week's crazy stream, because that was a wild one. For those of you who don't know, we got a sizable raid last week, and yeah, new members of the community. So I'm sure over time they will pop in more and more. Another awesome streamer to add to the family of people. Nessie is who they are. Let's see. I might even do a thing. Nessie v Art. I don't know if this is customary. I don't really care. They were super nice. So this is the awesome streamer that came in, brought his whole community in. 80 people popped through, and a bunch stuck around and chatted, and we had a really good time. So check them out. Another fellow ZBrush artist. I know they do other stuff as well. But yeah, they saw me doing ZBrush and were like, I had to share the love. Say hi to another ZBrush artist, which I might do tonight myself when it's raid time. Yeah, thank you everybody who is here hanging out, lurking. Let's see, and he'll say he came up with it, like his YouTube. That's funny. You guys, it's true. But you know what? We're all here for the betterment of Odious, right? Because the cooler we help make it, the more we'll get. So yeah, take all those good Odious ideas, Wade, wherever you are. The more good Odious ideas there are, the more Odious stuff I get to work on. So, not me being selfish about it. But I mean, it's been super cool. It's getting to work on independent toys. It's such a different experience. And I know I'm sure there's like good and bad. I've had mostly good experiences helping folks out independently with toy stuff. And obviously, one of the best being the Living Curse himself. See, I asked him who the first Odious was, Mesopotamian, Sumerian, etc. He said he knows, but no one else ever will. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. I wonder why he says never. See, I think that's just why he was cool with this because it was just something he wouldn't ever do with it. I mean, that's fair. And I'm glad because like that's one thing that is cool when it comes to like this stuff is when the community can take it and add their own spins on it, create their own lore and funsies. When it starts to get like take a life of its own, it still like respects and loves where it came from when the people still honor that, that's when you know you've really got something, you know? Here we go. But yeah, no, this is exciting, Josh. Super stoked. And JD, hey, you're a subscriber here too. You can talk during the ads. Only 1 minute left, but woo. Also, JD, I think it's later for you, and maybe I know you're also working and stuff. So sometimes you work late, but if you ever have to uh, bug out on streams that you are here for, no obligation to like stick through the whole thing. Always happy to have you, but just want to make sure that you know if you ever have to split for whatever reason because you're tired or you got something to do it, man. And I appreciate the help. Very cool, very exciting, very kind. All right, ads are up. Welcome back, everybody. We're really close to finishing out the night. I think I am kind of ready to pumpkin because even though I've been drinking water and my day has been not stressful, I'm kind of getting like a headache. I think I want to not push that too much. Let's see, I'm normally online the whole time you're live. Just might be doing different things depending on the day. Cool. Well, awesome. That's fun. That sounded really sarcastic. No, no sarcasm there. That is fun. I appreciate you. All right. But yeah, here is Slimer progress for tonight. We got pretty much elbows on both arms. His whole main body mass. I think I'll probably work on this a little bit more right here, but I kind of like what's going on over here. Might rework both, might make it kind of flow together a little bit more. Even the back of the head is looking nice. Um, so yeah, next week I might give the body a rest and start focusing on just like the face and getting the fun features. But yeah, Slimer. Yay! Gosh, I love Ghostbusters so much, and it's fun to finally like do some fan art that's Ghostbusters. I've gotten to do Ghostbusters action figures. Um, that was kind of a dream come true. One of the first things I got to do at the studio that I work at. So that was really cool. Got to work on two of the Busters, all of their accessories and equipment for Diamond Select Toys, and I got to do the Library Ghost in her scary beastie form. And then there's some other stuff too that I uh, almost got to do, but then it changed like plans in the line. Oh, I also worked on Dana, Zool, no, Zool, not Dana, only Zool, and uh, Vin's Clortho. I think I've shown some of those on my Instagram. So yeah, again, follow me on Instagram. It's pinned right now. So if you don't follow me there, you can see uh, other things that I've worked on, keep up with the streams, all that jazz. But yeah, thank you everybody again. Let's uh, do some W's in chat for new mod JD. Woo! Thank you so much. We're a little team now. And again, thank you, JD, for the for the sub. Um, thank you for the resub, Mr. Brown. Thank you, everybody who always comes in to hang out and watch this. I appreciate that you appreciate the process, Doom. Hey, what's up, Wedge? Long time no see. How are you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, thank you, everybody who comes through. I couldn't do it literally without you. I'd be just here talking to myself. So it's nice to have an active chat. It's nice to have people lurking and enjoying. And yeah, again, reminder, schedule wise, no stream next week because I'm going to be having a good time with my family. Let's do one more save of Slimer before. I might do sneak an alternate stream in there somewhere, but for now, for those of you that are in the know, next stream won't be until oh, let me double check thing because I might have. Ooh, might be able to do that during the day and then come back for stream. So next stream is pending. It might be the 27th, June 27th, or the 28th, because I definitely do not want to go 2 weeks without streaming. But it might not be on the Saturday because I have some friends that are having a housewarming party because they just got a new home, and I want to make sure I'm there for that. Life, life is lifing, and this has got to work around all that kind of stuff. So normally pretty consistent every Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But the next couple weeks, it's going to be a little bit different because it's summertime. Yay! But that being said, one last time, thank you everybody so much. I'm going to do a little quick look to see if there's anyone that I could raid out to. Might be able to. Let's see. I don't know. I know who I'm going to raid out to. We are already kind of talking about it. Let's see. I'll be gone that weekend, but I'm sure to just thank you very much, JD. I am sure I'll do just fine too. But I will be glad to see you back when you do because it's been helpful and I'm happy to have a new mod. Yay! But okay, this is what we're gonna do. Because we're already talking about an awesome friend who was playing Fortnite, and she is playing Fortnite with friends right now. So I'm to try and do this correctly. Hang with me, everybody. So we have my friend Catmosphere. She is awesome. She's playing Fortnite with some friends currently. Wait, we got a follow? Alex, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you, but we're going to raid out to my friend Catmosphere right now. She is an awesome friend of the stream. And again, thank you everybody who stuck around. Enjoy your week, your next couple weeks. We'll see you in a couple weeks. We'll keep working on Slimer. We'll start working on the Proteus stuff that Josh and I have been cooking up, or that he's been cooking up with Bobo, and now I will be cooking up using Bobo's art. But yeah, so fun. Great night. Yes, you're at the end. I'm sorry that you didn't make it earlier, but thank you. I appreciate you for making it through. That means a lot, Alex. If you want, you can stick around for the raid. I appreciate anyone that will stick around for the raid. Kat's really awesome, and I'm excited to send you all to her. Um, give her a lot of love and a follow. Once you do, I'm going to get the raid going, and then, yeah. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.